OBS just completely. I got killdozed.
Got Killdozer, dude.
I was the final target of the killdozery.
Hemeyer.
Hemeyer. Are we all good? Are we all there? We're back. We're back, baby.
Damn, Patrick.
Beautiful.
Why are we blaming Patrick? Patrick isn't the Hemeyer of the group. That's clearly Jim.
It's true.
All right, we're back, baby.
Ask me about what I'm welding in my spare time.
What are you welding?
Don't. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
Between me and God.
between you and God. That's right. Ding dang, guys. Where was I? So yeah, a shot rings out. Presumably, at this point, police understand that the rampage is over. However, they can't confirm what's going on or anything. They suspect that maybe it could be booby trapped. So they approach cautiously. And by cautiously, I mean they throw 3 explosives at it to try to break it open, and none of it works. They literally set C4 charges. Do not blow up the armor. Like this, let me tell you.
Made in America, baby.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. That is some ingenuity, baby.
Colorado engineering.
Hemeyer built that Ford tough, if you will. So it took 3 explosions and at least 8 hours. I've heard 8 hours. I've heard 12 hours. But it took a long ass fucking time to cut through the armor with an acetylene torch. So
How did he? Surely there was a door.
they later found a hatch.
Yeah.
Yes. They later found a hatch.
It's like he got in there somehow.
Yeah, he had a hatch. That was like a point. Like I heard a couple of things too. Like again, so I'm gonna skip over a couple of things, but I'll circle back to this. They didn't keep this. They dismantled the Killdozer, so it's really unclear. And like nobody really did like a critical evaluation of the Killdozer.
It's too bad
at
because
the time.
I would go to a museum to see the Killdozer. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people in town who thought that they should have done that. And especially because like the town becomes like a tourist destination because of this event, and they're like, might as well like have it go to the town instead of to Patrick Brower only, who's the only one who wrote the book, right? But anyway, the whole thing lasts 2 hours and 7 minutes, and like I said, 13 buildings eventually go down. Hold on, you can kind of see in this thumbnail the guy on top of the Killdozer there.
Oh yeah.
That's Glenn Trainor. Let me pull up another video.
From Colorado's news leader,
This is a
this is 9 News Saturday morning.
classic news coverage.
High definition. Sick.
The man who was behind the wheel in a bulldozer rampage is dead. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 9 News Saturday morning. It's June 5th. I'm Cheryl.
Great
Porter.
intro.
Right?
Thanks for joining us today.
That man is dead.
Good morning.
Was behind the wheel during a 90-minute rampage in that fortified
I
bulldozer.
remember when the
Wrong.
news stopped
2 hours
overnight?
and 7 minutes, sir.
On yesterday afternoon in the town of Granby, that's about 50
Yeah, right.
miles northwest of Denver. This is video from Sky 9. It shows where the armored bulldozer ended up stuck.
Yeah, that's
inside the
Granby's.
warehouse-type building. In all, between 10 and 15 buildings were damaged or destroyed, including the
These
town
guys
hall,
don't have
the
any of the
library, and
facts.
newspaper
13
building.
buildings.
Fortunately, no one was hurt.
9 News reporter Chris Vanderveen.
No one was hurt.
This morning, and he
The
joins us
children
now.
did get to go home early.
That's right.
Get inside that building.
Not that early though. You should have done it in the morning so they could have gotten most of the day off.
Right?
Yeah.
Jefferson County Bomb Squad first tried to get this thing open.
Man, Jim, you
with
should have been the
small
Killdozer.
explosives
You would have
at
done it
around
right.
Next
9:30.
time. Next time.
First time didn't work. Second
Why does it say
time
odd
didn't
numbered
work. Third
addresses
time they
under?
used small explosives. They actually noticed what they thought was to be a door. They then used an acetylene torch to open up that door, and they finally got in to find Marvin Heemeyer.
It seems
inside.
like he
Now, this
either.
was a very
Oh wait,
long
you guys
night,
don't hear it?
that followed
Oh,
a
no, do
very
you guys not hear
chaotic
it?
day.
It's on. I have audio. Oh, you know what? This
Bulldozer
is why.
hardly.
Sorry,
This thing
guys.
looked more like a tank.
Something is taking place in
We get back
Granby.
off.
Finally got
Yeah,
in to find Marvin Heemeyer in.
This is
Get inside that dozer.
this guy is the
2
only
a.m.
interesting
They
part.
finally got in. Keep in mind, Jefferson
at him.
County
He's
Bomb
fascinating.
Squad first tried to get this thing open with small explosives at around 9:30. First time didn't
Water
work.
in.
Second time didn't work. The third time they used
Oh.
small explosives, they actually noticed what they thought was to be a door. They then used an acetylene torch to open up that door, and they finally got in to find Marvin Heemeyer inside. Now, this was a very long night, obviously, that followed a very chaotic day.
Things down.
A bulldozer hardly. This thing looked more like a tank.
Something is taking place in Granby.
He was kept on backing in and out of different companies, houses,
This
you
guy's
name it. He was hitting
This
them.
guy's
West Tinoff had the
2004.
misfortune of getting caught right in front of it.
It was one of the most high-tech things I've ever seen. I wasn't expecting to see pretty much
I
a
believe
tank
him when he says that.
driving down
Yeah,
the streets of
yeah.
Granby.
One by one, the buildings came down.
The electric co-op building, the town hall.
Sky High News, Levers.
Mountain Park Concrete, Maple Street Builders, Thompson's
What's
Excavating,
Levers?
Gamble's
The bar?
Hardware, and the library inside Town Hall.
He was not a happy camper.
Town manager
He was
Tom
not
Hall says the
a
suspect,
happy
Marvin
camper.
Heemeyer, was
These
upset
quotes.
about the placement of a
can we pull
concrete
that for a
batch
draw?
plant next to his business.
He was upset.
He was not a happy
batch plant was
camper.
built next to his
That's a
muffler
Julie
shop.
kid.
But no one expected this.
It's something like you'd see on TV, you know, it's hard to believe.
Eventually,
I am seeing it on
he ended
TV.
up at the hardware shop, and what had once been unstoppable,
They were doing what they could. They couldn't do nothing.
it finally came to a stop. Somehow, it got stuck.
Somehow.
What
The-
you see live
the
right
basement,
now is
the
actually
tread,
the
come
town
on.
hall of Granby.
hole.
And
It
in front
fell in a
there's actually
hole.
a sheriff's vehicle that
Yeah.
was destroyed by this tank, by this vehicle, and quite an extensive amount
insane.
of damage that was done to this town hall. It also doubles as a
Yes.
library. There's a library, I believe, in the basement. We're told he took about 10 or 15 minutes at this one building alone. It gives you an idea of just how much time he spent at some of these places. Damage, we're told, could be
Being
in the
slow.
millions. They'll have a better assessment of that later on today. And as you can imagine, people are trying to figure out
7
why
million.
this may have happened. But as they said last night, and they'll say again this morning, the number of the places that he hit, they all appear to be connected to this
They'll have more
dispute that
details
Heemeyer
21
had
years later.
with the town of Granby. This is a dispute that dates back 3 years ago. He actually sold his muffler shop about
9
7
years
months
ago.
Way more.
So this is a
11 years
dispute
ago,
that has been
12 years
going
ago.
on for some time, and a lot of people knew about it, but no one expected something like this to happen yesterday. Cheryl and Greg, back to you.
Amazing pictures.
beginning
And
to
Chris,
think
we
that
understand
the
US
news is
40 is
kind
still
of
closed through
inaccurate.
Granby, right?
Yeah.
Report.
Right?
It is. There is a detour that is fairly
Just
easy
taking
to make your way
swings.
around, but it puts you onto a dirt road. But right now, US 40, because a lot of the damage was done on that main road in Granby. If you're familiar with Granby, US 40, a
Who
lot of
the
these
fuck is
businesses
familiar
are
with
on
Never
that,
mind, anyway.
and that's where a lot of the damage is. So they're just diverting
It's
people
just a
around a
Podunk
small
mountain
detour,
town.
which puts you on a dirt road,
Yeah,
but it's
they
not
had to
too
explain at the
difficult
beginning
to
of the
get by.
report to
A lot
the
of
rest
cleanup
of
ahead. Chris
Colorado.
Vanderveen.
Yeah.
Granby,
Yes.
thanks so much.
Yeah.
Chris was talking about how
You
it
bet.
looked like a tank and there were 2 pieces of steel with concrete in between it.
Yeah,
Just
it's amazing.
incredible.
Well, the
Incredible.
governor is vowing that he will help
At least
rebuild
they're
and put some
admiring his
state funds,
handiwork,
at least
you
the
know?
library and the town hall there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
the cleanup will soon begin.
Here
we
we
hope.
go.
Certainly, and the 9 News I-team has been looking into Marvin
This
Heemeyer's
is
background.
not a
He was
good
born in South
representation
Dakota.
of the
He lived in
Killdozer.
Colorado for
They
at
have
least 20
images.
years and has owned several muffler businesses. He currently owns Boulder Muffler in Boulder. Heemeyer's friends say he moved to Grand County because he loved snowmobiling. Now, over the year, he has been involved in legal disputes, more than a dozen court cases.
I like
in
that
fact,
she's just
including
going
a
through the
lawsuit
whole
against
thing.
the town of Granby.
Yeah.
Heemeyer's brother Ken told the I-team he is not crazy, and if he did this, he must have had a good reason. Several of his friends say he was a well-liked man.
It was only 76 degrees
Yeah, not so bad.
up in Colorado. It wasn't that hot in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I realized that was one day later, but probably similar, you know.
So yeah, 2 hours and 7 minutes, $7 million worth of property damage total, $2 million of which was the hated concrete plant owned by the Dorchefs. They actually underinsured their factory, and so they only got a $700,000 payout for that. And the concrete factory, according to Mr. V and Dozier Manifesto, doesn't. I mean, it's not a concrete factory anymore. They got rid of it.
Sure. Yeah. Dozed.
The to this day, it seems like the folks in Granby are divided about Marvin. Like, some claim that it seems like he went out of his way not to kill people. Some mourn the fact that he was relatively well liked despite confrontations with the local government. Many people don't think he was crazy. Yeah, right. Many people don't think he was crazy. Like you said, he had a brother. That brother would wake up a couple days later after the events to a package from Marvin in which
Full of human poop.
Well, yeah, he had to get rid of it somehow. Every family member. No, it was just the excrement coming from his mouth on his videotapes, or not videotapes, sorry, cassette tapes, which were, which detail his reasoning for the event going all the way back to 1992. They are all available. You can get them on archive.org. I've listened to all of them.
Of course you did. God bless you, dude.
I do what I can, man.
The lengths you go to get inside the head of maniacs.
Right?
Yeah. I don't think he's a maniac, though. I don't think he's a maniac.
No, he's just an asshole.
He's just an asshole. That is exactly right. I don't
understand the townspeople who are saying like he was going out of his way not to kill people. At best, he was apathetic towards people dying.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with that. 100%. But yeah, and I think that's where a lot of reasonable people fall to with it. It's like it's more due to luck than intent that people survived, right? Like,
sure.
And yeah, for sure. I mean, I think if he had the ability to accurately shoot his guns from the Killdozer, because I didn't get too much into it, but like his guns weren't sighted for his cameras, like,
sure. So
he's having to do some like trigonometry to figure out how to aim.
Trigonometry?
Yeah, there you go. But so him not hitting people with the guns is, as the kids would say, a skill issue.
Sure.
And I don't know that Marv knew whether or not he killed anyone when he did this, right? Like, I don't think he had the kind of information coming in to know whether he had run over somebody, whether he'd hit somebody with one of the bullets, like what,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, at the very least, I think he, I do think he was reasonable enough. I know, crazy thing to say about the man driving the Killdozer, but like to basically think he probably had killed somebody.
Sure.
At least Nana Thompson.
Oh yeah, I mean he had it out for that bitch so hard, dude.
Yeah, he did.
It's like she's not gonna get out the window.
There's no way. I can't. The Killdozer couldn't even kill an 82-year-old woman. I mean, how much of a Killdozer is it really?
Yeah.
So
more of a plow dozer.
Yeah, more. Yeah, exactly.
Nail dozer. Yeah.
A bully dozer.
Ooh.
In 2005, the town, this thing sat on a lot for a while. In 2005, they decided to tear it down. They broke it into individual pieces, and allegedly, nobody has souvenirs of it, though.
Sure.
Somebody
People definitely do.
Yeah, somebody in Dozier Manifesto allegedly gave Mr. V a piece of the Killdozer to like hold and look at, and he draws it with bullet holes on it for like impact marks on it, which is like, it does belong in a museum. I agree. I think it should have gone in a museum. There's a few people in
if they just built a museum to it, then that's a tourist destination. Get people out to Granby.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I think they should do. I mean, they definitely have had people come. Granby got put on the map because of this event, and tourists do show up to ask about.
Today, they're going to show up today.
That's right.
There's going to be a mob
We're
of
on our
people
way.
showing up in Granby.
That's right. Yeah, actually, that's probably true. There's going to be a fuck ton of people since it did happen 21 years ago today. But yeah, that's basically it for my coverage of the Killdozer. I think people should check out Dozier Manifesto. It's on webtoons.com. You can get a free sign up to read it. It not only the beginning of it is comic pages drawn to reflect the tapes, mixed in with some of the interviews he did, and so that's the beginning of it. It goes into the rampage part. Like I said, I think it presents Heemeyer during the rampage is having fun while destroying the town, and feeling, maybe looking a little more maniacal than I suspect was actually the case, but nobody really knows.
I mean, he had to be smiling a little when he went into the town hall.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
He was cracking smiles.
But and then the last bit of Dozier Manifesto talks about Mr. V's own experience in the area, because he lives there, and his own run-ins with the kind of small town mafia culture that Heemeyer would describe, and it makes it complicated. It's a complicated story. I think people get it wrong when they make Heemeyer out to be this folk hero fighting corrupt government, blah 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 blah.
Right.
He was just kind of a huge prick, and wanted to have things his way. He could be nice to the people. He could be awful. He could killdoze. But he was just a man. And I don't think he was particularly crazy. I think he was just, I don't know. I think loneliness got to him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, everyone said he's a nice guy until money gets involved, and then he turns into a prick, which is exactly the scenario that created Killdozer.
Yeah, he got backed into a corner. He felt he was backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Lots of money on the line. I don't know, Egbert. I think it is eventually the answer. Some things. Not never the answer.
It's the answer to what happened 21 years ago today.
In Granby,
Colorado. There was a Killdozer rolling its way to the town. First it got the Dorchefs, then it got the Thompsons. Watch out, it's gonna run you down.
I'm here for your folk album.
Yeah, it's gonna be my Edmund Fitzgerald song, the Killdozer. Also, I didn't talk about the name Killdozer. Killdozer, he never called it a Killdozer. Obviously, the day after, they didn't call it Killdozer. No one really knows why it started getting called the Killdozer. I mean, it got called the Killdozer Rampage before Patrick Brower wrote his book. There's a band called Killdozer.
From before that?
Oh, yeah. From the 80s.
Okay. That's probably what it's...
Yeah.
No,
Marvel created Killdozer in the 70s, too.
Oh, God. Oh, God. We've got a call.
Call from
Cream of Egbert.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know this
to
guy.
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Hello, you're on the air, Cream of Egberts.
Sauce?
Sauce?
Saw, dude. Saw,
okay.
dude.
All right. Is this what you're doing to remain young? Is this what we're doing?
I say it's SAHDOO. Saw, dude. It's fun. You guys should try it. It's fun.
Nah, I'm good.
It sounds like it's
not a good greeting. Not a good start to the call.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Listen, you came in. You came in Yeah, all right.
No, it's great. I
Oh,
loved
it's
it.
good. I love it. I love it. What's up, Egbert? What's going on, buddy? Killdozer.
I wanted to ask you guys, like, what would this scenario look like? The Killdozer. What would this scenario look like if it took place maybe like 200 years into the future and like mech technology was just a little further along, you know? Robotics.
Are you
This is
pitching
a very
film?
Dio question.
Yeah. Are we? I mean, listen.
Dio's been doing a lot of research.
I've been doing a ton of. That's
I mean, what if this guy got a hold of an Ed 209 or a Pacific
Sure.
Rim scenario?
I see.
Oh, I
Or
mean,
something in between.
Then
I
he'd
don't
be
know.
rampaging forever. Like, we would rampage until.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe.
Except
Till
in that
the end.
scenario, that's a technology that exists, right?
Right, yeah, so the police would have a more substantial response. Like
They would be able to counter
No,
it.
I-
Good point, Patrick.
No.
It'd be a
Yes.
giant robot fight in downtown Granby.
Yeah.
I am saying no, because we're forgetting that there was a dozer fight at the very beginning of this. And what I'm saying is that if there was a Marvin Heemeyer of 2099, that he would enhance the mech of the era with his own additional armor, making it a super mech. And so that would continue the rampage. I'm just one-to-oneing the rampage. So
I guess I just imagine adding a ton of like 30 extra tons of metal to a walking machine feels less sustainable to me.
Yeah,
but
it just becomes
you know,
a crawling machine.
listen,
I shouldn't.
Are you
I
saying
don't-
that
I don't understand
walking
the mech tech.
machines
I
don't
don't know.
make
I don't know.
sense? Yeah.
No.
Okay, follow up question.
Please.
What if this event took place, 200 or 300 years in the past? What does this scenario look like?
This is way more.
Is it a carriage with it's just like so much wood and I don't know, like I don't know what armor was and
We're thinking like the year 1780.
yeah, I guess it would be similar, it just wouldn't be gas powered.
It would be like if somebody
horse-driven.
built the
Horse
Da Vinci
drawn.
tank, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the Da Vinci tank.
Yeah, Da Vinci like drew like a circular vehicle with guns all around it. It's functionally a tank, with like cannons all around it. Yeah, that's what I would imagine. It would be like if
like a
Da Vinci
rolling
had
Vitruvian
that.
dozer. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it'd be a Da Vinci dozer.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, and then
Da
he would-
Vinci's aggrieved.
Starring Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Oh, because he's been. Did Da Vinci ever get shut down by the Catholic Church or disowned from Italy or something? I know a bunch of like Galileo
I think
did.
so. I think
that's the plot. I think right.
I know. I think Da Vinci's main beef was like he either, depending on who you ask, he either like hated or loved Michelangelo, and by loved I mean like had romantic feelings for.
Sure. So probably both.
Sex love. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Great.
I mean, the Borgias
That's a
would be
hell of a
fucked.
movie, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here
Yeah.
for that too. Be like an Assassin's Creed alternate universe style thing, But yeah, nice.
Final question. If
Mhm.
this was a family member,
Yeah.
what would you say? What would you say to this guy if you're
Ooh.
starting to get the idea? You go and visit the shop, and you're like, "Whoa, Unc, you're putting something together here. Like, what's this for? Is this a competition or like? I mean, what's going on? Is this for
It's a parade float.
What do you say to
some sort of cool tank club that you're in that I don't know about? Like, what would you say if this was a family member to maybe like, bring him back, talk him down or something? Yeah.
You wanna walk him off the ledge of killdozing, right?
Mhm.
Get him a dog.
Get him a
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd be like, Uncle Marv, you want to go to Vegas? Let's go to Vegas. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
Let's go have a good time in
That's
Vegas.
true. Just start. Be like, I know you have Thursday club, but what about the other 6 days?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to Vegas. Have a good time. We'll find you a lady. He's flush with cash. He's a rich guy. He'll have a great time. Take care of him.
So you'd get him a dog and then a hooker.
A
in
dog
Las
and a
Vegas?
hooker. Yeah.
No, then you get and then you get him hooked on gambling.
Everything.
You get him hooked on gambling, and then he gets super addicted, and then he has to sell the tank. You know.
Also that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, he's
That is a
all
smart
in,
move.
and the
No other
tank
choice.
is just in the parking lot. And he's like, and he
Exactly.
has
He's like,
paperwork
"Fuck it,
for the
pink
tank.
slips." Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tank slip, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he's broke, but he doesn't have a tank anymore.
Interesting.
That's a full.
When I was growing up in New Hampshire, there was a company called Cabletron that it was some dudes who they did fiber optic cable stuff, and they made a ton of money. And one of them bought a tank, and every year and a half he would like get in trouble because he'd be driving the tank down the highway. One time he was driving the tank down the highway, and the cops started chasing him, and he tried to cross from one side of the highway to the other, but there was like some kind of barrier in the middle, like a Jersey barrier or something, and he got stuck on it. He like got stuck in between the treads. Like up on it. Remember that?
Could you imagine at the BMV like registering your tank for the year?
Right.
Like what's
Yeah.
the emissions on a tank? You know.
Yeah, getting the inspection.
Is
done.
it
Well,
is it
this
a
was in New
vintage
Hampshire,
vehicle?
where
Yeah.
like
Wait, it was a New Hampshire guy, the tank guy?
yeah.
Because a lot of people, they have like the Mandela effect for the Killdozer, where they think he got like they imagine him driving on a highway, but it's the tank guy that they're thinking of because the tank.
Maybe
guy
they're
was
thinking
running
of the
down highway.
Cabletron guy.
Yeah.
Thinking of Tiananmen Square, yeah.
He also used to sit on
Tiananmen
his
Square,
porch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also June 4th.
There you go.
Uh-huh. There you
Oh,
go.
and now Patrick will be doing Tiananmen Square.
Sit back, guys. This one's fun.
Started right now. Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah. Well, Egbert, is that your final question?
Final question. Have you guys
Uh-oh.
seen the movie Fury with Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf?
Only clips.
Oh.
Yes.
It's the tank movie.
It's a tank film.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm,
I've seen Tank Girl.
Good movie.
That's also a tank movie.
That's the kind of person I'd find Marvin Heemeyer to.
You guys,
Lori
when you
Petty,
get a
that's Tank Girl.
chance, when you get a chance, sit down and take in Fury. It's a fine film. It has Punisher is in it as well.
We got
The
Bernthal.
Punisher.
Yeah, I don't know who you mean by Punisher.
Thomas
You mean Dolph
Jane?
Lundgren?
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren was what I was looking for. Thomas Jane, but Dolph Lundgren. Who's the one in Warzone?
Bernthal. I think someone said it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
John
guy.
Bernthal.
Banged Rick
Hashtag not my
Grimes'
Punisher.
wife in The
What?
Walking Dead when they
Whoa!
thought Rick was dead.
Spoilers, bub.
Sorry, spoilers.
Season
Spoilers.
1, episode 1 spoilers.
Season 1
Moranis?
Walking Dead spoilers.
Rick
Sorry.
Moranis.
Is Rick Moranis in The Walking Dead?
Yeah, but he's in he's a background
wish.
character.
Okay.
He's a zombie.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a
That's his
great show.
return to
I
Thanks, dude.
I may
for
call
calling in,
in
Egbert.
4 or 5 more times. I'll see you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
oh,
Looking forward to it.
jeez. Okay, all right. Well, here we
That
go.
was a bit threatening. Yeah.
Yeah, also like suspenseful, really.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't call in as Marvin Heemeyer, to be honest.
Now you gave him the idea.
I
Here
know, I
comes
get
The
it.
bit.
ghost.
I know,
The ghost of
cool.
Marvin.
That's right. And you can listen to the Ghost of Marvin on archive.org. Oh, they've got all the tapes. I'd play more. Oh, this is not
That
Egbert.
fast.
It's not Egbert. It's not Egbert.
Oh.
Call from
Papa TV.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's the second
our other
call.
press 1. To send a voicemail,
We're getting all
press
our
2.
callers tonight, both of them.
Yeah, I'll too.
You're on the air. Oh, I am on the air again. Hello.
Patrick.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. You gonna blame me
Never.
for Killdozer now?
Yeah, what is going on now?
Never. Never forgive. Never.
Still mad about that seagull
He's
lady.
really mad about the seagulls.
Never.
Super anti-furry. This is kind of.
I know, it's weird. It's honestly.
She's not even a furry.
Really
She's a
anti-furry.
feathery, if anything.
Yeah, she's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I don't know if there's a distinction like that. We'll have to ask Cozy next time he's in the chat.
Because then, like, what if you were a walrus? You'd just be a skinny,
right? Yeah.
A rhino. Thick.
Yeah.
Skinny.
A
A pachyderm. You'd be a pachyderm.
A pachyderm. Yeah. There's got to be. I don't know enough about it. We should watch the documentary. Maybe we'll watch the documentary on stream.
Yeah.
Also, the documentary Tread is available on YouTube for free, so you can watch it like whenever you want. It's called Tread. It's from 2019. It's pretty good. Should I get the?
I honestly would watch that documentary if you didn't do such a good job, DL.
Yeah, I feel
Thank
like
you.
I'm all saturated now.
Thank you. There's plenty of things I didn't cover. He left like a long last note on the for sale sign that he put up on the Killdozer. That is just like this list of like if Cody Dorchev wasn't a prick, then this wouldn't happen. Blah 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 blah. It's like a long list. Sure. And like, you know, some of the intricacies of the dispute like there's a little more back and forth, but you can get into it. The book goes into it in great detail, more detail than anyone needs. The book is almost like 400 pages long. It is not. I mean, it's whatever. I have mixed feelings about Patrick Brower based on after having read Dozier Manifesto, because Mr. V does not make him look like the nicest guy. So, but again, people are complicated. Sometimes they kill Doze.
Patrick, how would Killdozer go in Chicago?
Please don't fuck around in Chicago.
All right, heard.
I do think one guy with a Molotov cocktail would have done a lot more damage to the Killdozer.
Just cook him.
Yeah. Like, it could have stopped the Killdozer pretty quickly, but how aggressively do you have to drive a Killdozer in Chicago?
Yeah, how hard do you have to kill those before they know that you're not just a guy doing his job?
Yeah.
Hey, he's probably got the permits.
I do want to play the part from Tread where they
show us a Dozer fight.
Yeah, I want to show some of the recrees at Tread, because they are well done recrees. As somebody who's shot recreations for documentaries and will do so again soon.
That can cause conflict.
Why is the sign on the building backwards?
It's a reflection.
Like I think they did a bad job.
Kept me now from getting what I deserve. God's will be done through me. You were cowards in the way that you dealt with me.
He did shave his head.
You all along were thinking that I was the person.
I'm not going to watch all of this because
less.
I can't show the photo of him in the
You were going to show me
tank afterwards.
how it works in Grandview, Colorado. How the real world works. You people needed to be taught a lesson.
Escalates a trash company. And there is a bulldozer over at Mount Park Concrete destroying their building. It's destroying the building? Okay. Yeah. Is anyone on it? Yeah, it's all encased in metal, and you can't see who's driving or anything. They can't get it to stop.
Marcia came across the radio. She was screaming. She said, Cody,
Yeah,
Cody.
we'll watch this later.
Man, I went running over.
Yeah.
Then he just turned the dozer and headed for the match tank.
911, what is the emergency? Hi, this is Sherry at the trash company again. Yeah, it is headed for their main building right now. Headed for the main building. Okay.
Cody had grabbed a handgun from one of his workers.
Show up.
Bob Howard gave it to me. He said, be careful, it's loaded. I said, good.
Takes the gun up and bang, bang. Not only is the diesel engine screaming as it's pushing the dozer, but the treads, they're creaking, scraping. There's the roar of the engine, and then there's just the sound of crash and ruin, because he's really knocking all these walls down.
The tracks are probably the most memorable thing. Our goal was to get the heaviest thing we could pack by hand, because if you can get tangled up in some steel, you're going to stop that track.
You're a child.
You've got a big piece of angle iron off of Cody Dochev's steel
Right,
rack.
yeah. You gotta run
with the broken
leg,
leg,
so
so
he
he can
heavy.
effectively chase you.
Yeah,
Our
that's right.
intentions was to try to lodge that into the tracks and get it tangled up so it'd break the track. That didn't work.
No.
Then I tried getting that wire sheet, the ripper, the back end of it. What was I going to do? I don't know.
I think there is a Killdozer game where they have the Killdozer look like this, but I don't think it's doesn't look good.
What are you going to do? Try to stop
And I imagine you're the Killdozer.
Yeah.
When I copy, there's an armored bulldozer carrying down the building. There are several deputies en route.
The time of the call, which was about
Wait, what are we doing?
2 in the afternoon.
Why are we
watching a documentary now?
We're just watching a documentary now.
If we're gonna watch the documentary,
Yeah. Where's the bulldozer fight?
oh, it's happening. That's where we're gonna get to.
Waiting
Yeah.
hours.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I was approximately a mile away. I pulled up and stopped my car, and there's a bulldozer that doesn't completely look like a bulldozer anymore. I had grabbed a shotgun.
It's a
and
bulldozer,
ran
but it's
towards
some
the
sort of
bulldozer.
Killdozer?
I'm yelling. I'm ordering it to stop. It backs
Is that
away
him?
from the building.
That's him, yeah.
And a front end loader approaches it, and I see the front end loader is
Yeah, here you
being
go.
operated by Cody Dochev. I told Cody, get the biggest loader you got.
They really should have added for this shot just the Stone Cold. Dun, 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 dun. What? You think you're some of his badass Killdozer?
Being operated by Cody Dochev. I told Cody, get the biggest loader you got and see if you can't get underneath his track to uplift him. And Cody did. He backed up with a
He
big
just
loader
needed to be
and hit
uplifted,
him.
man.
So he takes
That's
his
right.
front loader and slams into the side of it.
I just love that camera move.
His track. I said, raise him up, raise him up.
Star Trek
I kept
style.
raising him. He's
That's
so
right.
heavy, I only had one tire left on the ground. The other one's about 3 foot up in the air.
And all it did was
It seems
lift
like
the back of the front
You
end
gotta
loader up.
be able to eyeball like that huge bulldozer covered in metal probably weighs 2.5 times what this front end weighs.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, what else are you gonna do? Is just,
Yeah, I guess
like,
try it,
yeah,
try
like
it.
what? It's either that or just give up.
It shook him hard enough that I
They
think
need a
that's when
sapping
Marv
team.
started letting out the rounds.
Marv had a .50 caliber rifle pointed out the back. He shot numerous rounds into Cody's bucket.
I hate it when people fire numerous rounds into my bucket.
I came to, all I could see is dust coming out the bucket.
Luckily, all the rounds hit the bucket. Cody figures out where he is, and he's not hit. He's okay, and he backs up, and he thinks, what am I going to do now?
Shortly after that, Cody realized that was too much. He was done.
That's when the officers started surrounding the place, and I transitioned from a shotgun to an M4 rifle. And about that time, I was joined by a state trooper,
You're
Dave
like,
Ventura.
what's that gonna do for you?
Yeah.
At first, Cody speculated
I
that there's
switched
not a
to
human
smaller
being in there.
bullets.
It's
Yeah.
being run by radio
It's
controls.
less force
I said,
power.
It's Marv Emeyer. They said, how do you know it's Emeyer? I said, I know it is. I said, I don't think nobody's in that dozer. I said, I think it's radio controlled. He's got to be on one of these hills.
I'm a little sad they're not doing this like drunk history style.
Damage.
Right.
Saying the same words.
Slamming into this
my God.
huge concrete batch plant.
Should we
essentially knocking down
should
all
we
the
be
side
doing this
walls,
whole show
just
drunk
destroying
history
it.
style
Well, at this
where
point, there's
we
more police
record
on
Whoever's
us?
doing the talk is drunk.
Yeah, it's super drunk.
Yeah.
I came in on the west side of the batch plant, bailed out of the vehicle, pulled my rifle out, and I could hear the squeaking of the tracks and the roaring of the engine and the banging into the building, but I still didn't see anything.
Two bears
Once I
in his
got
house.
close to the building around skirting an irrigation ditch, Marv come around the building
Colorado
in that
Mountain
bulldozer,
Tower.
and that's when I got my first
One of them
look
is a
of it.
polar bear.
I don't know. I expected to see a bulldozer.
He shot that at
He's a
this.
cl-
It looks like a tank.
yeah.
There's this huge black monstrosity. I mean, almost like a World War I big, boxy, rumbly tank. And then the next thing you're thinking is, how do you attack something like this? How do I stop this?
When I arrived on scene,
I mean, that guy has two deer skulls.
Yeah, but he's just metal as hell. That guy.
Yeah. Sergeant Rich Garner was our designated marksman.
Most people
I
leave
just
the
started
face
shooting,
on him.
trying to aim for what looked like a viewport.
He's the designated marksman. He definitely shot that guy at the zoo, the polar bear at the zoo, but he wasn't at the zoo.
Yeah. 4 inches at the very most. What I didn't
He was 2
know
miles
was
away.
that these portholes were covered with 2 sheets of half-inch Lexan, which had me wondering how he was actually driving this thing.
Garner stands there and takes a few shots at the dozer, then all of a sudden, bang, bang.
I had 2 rounds go right by my head, and I was like, oh, I know what that noise is.
Marv fired his weapons, and he fired at a bunch of cops that were standing behind a wall of Jersey barriers.
You know, as we started firing, and of course the rounds were having absolutely no effect, he saw 3 state troopers behind a stack of Jersey barriers that were next to the building. Instead of just going on by them, he turned and drove directly at those Jersey barriers.
Time to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
If those troopers hadn't moved, he'd have probably killed all 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean,
If they
yeah.
hadn't gotten up and walked
Started
slowly
proceeding
away.
Yeah.
Through the parking lot.
Well, you know, they're cops. It took them a little while to figure out if they should move or
Just to
not.
get, yes.
Yeah, sometimes they don't go into an area that's dangerous at all. Sometimes they just hang around outside and let it happen.
He put the blade
In a
up
way,
against
that's what
that,
they
started
kind of did
pushing-
here.
kept pushing it sideways,
Yeah.
sideways. Well, then it caught the rims on the wheels and actually stopped it and started flipping over, and he rolled over the top of it.
As he was heading towards the highway, somebody notified me on the radio that the person operating the bulldozer was Marvin Heemeyer. He was not going to stop at just the concrete plant.
He fucked that concrete plant up. Yeah, right. No way.
I don't think that just knowing what I'm doing is enough. I think God will bless me to get the machine done, to drive it, to do the stuff that I have to do up to a point. It's
funny how squeaky they made it.
Blow me right off the fucking streets.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna have a heart attack and die. The machine's gonna break, or maybe it'll go all day and I'll run out of
You're
fuel.
so small, Jimmy.
I
So
got
far back.
a lot of fuel in that thing. Let me tell you.
Oh, sorry.
To do what I believe needs to be done, what God has inspired me to do. I am the co-captain of my life.
There's
God
some
is
little
first,
guys.
I am second. You have tried to control my life. You have tried to be the captain of my life. You do not.
Oh, that's
Run
the
my
list
life.
of.
You did-
That's the list. His list of places he was gonna hit. So it's you give concrete, plant, electricity, Main Street, public buildings, Thompson's, ranch. I can't read that one.
And a copy of a book called Does God Exist? Correct.
Yeah. Again, you know, he's a conflicted man.
The captain of my life. You do not.
He's
run my life.
trying
You
to
did
figure
not
some shit out.
determine what I desire, what I want, what I deserve. I determine that, and my God determines that. Not you people. No people do that. If they do, then you're a slave to them. I am not a slave to man. I am a slave to God.
Yeah. It's weird because his religiosity doesn't come up ever until his tapes in anything that I've ever read. So it does feel like he maybe was just like trying to find a reason why he felt
I began
so
sending
aggrieved.
notifications having my deputies
And he was like, it
and
must be God's
supervisors
plan.
go out
Yeah.
and begin evacuating.
Yeah, he was like, well, it can't be
That's
libertarianism.
when Glenn decided he was going to try to get up on top of it.
I got the idea to climb up and see if, I
Can't
could
be that I'm
actually
an
gain
ant
entry.
cat.
So he's climbing up,
Yeah.
and we start running along with him, trying to cover him.
I was expecting to see, something with a handle that I could pull up and open, and there was absolutely nothing.
You
it
think
was
this guy
solid
who
sheet
smeared his
metal
thing in
from the
Vaseline is going to leave a handle on the outside?
Right.
He's opening that door with a giant magnet or some shit.
Yeah, I wonder if he welded himself in or if he like latched himself. I couldn't. It was hard to find details on that.
Because they like spent 12 hours cutting it open before they bothered to find a hatch.
Yeah, well, they cut the hatch. They said that on the other thing is like they found the hatch and that's what they tried to cut open because I guess they assumed that it would be the easiest thing, but apparently it wasn't because it still took a fuck ton of long time. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's super like there's a lot of shocker, a lot of misinformation online as far as I can tell, and like some people think that the like whole business was lowered on like he sat in the thing and then they lowered the shell on top of him, which makes no fucking sense.
Especially not in a building that he can barely drive the thing into.
Yeah, and I think even like people like Stuff You Should Know podcast said shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there's no way. But yeah, but it's pretty crazy. I was mostly trying to figure out now what the Chamber of Commerce was talking about. Habitat Hobble. Don't know what that is.
Sounds fun.
Golf tourney.
Nice.
Oh, rodeo riders. Okay.
Oh, is that what the riders is? Is rodeo?
Probably, yeah. There's some guy in this
document. on my
birthday.
I bet Habitat Hobble's like a 5K or something, or like a 3-legged
Probably.
race to raise money for.
Yeah. They're trying to make a habitat for Greg Hobble.
Yes.
There was absolutely nothing. It was solid sheet metal from the front to the back. The only thing I did see up there was some kind of
He's having a good time.
Event.
He looks like he has
Like
in that photo. He
conditioner.
has the
Takes this-
demeanor of a guy who's like riding on an elephant, just like yeah. Wow, look at me, guys. Hey, what do you think of this? He's having a great time.
Vent where it looked like there was like an RV air conditioner.
He takes his pistol out and starts trying to shoot into some gaps where the air conditioner was. Of course, it does no good. But then he's up there and he's just riding along on this thing. So then we start coming up with maybe getting some flashbangs.
I brought flashbangs if anybody needs them. This is 35.
I'm throwing up
Yeah,
these flashbangs.
well, I think we fucking
and
need
Glenn's
'em.
pulling the pin on them and dumping them down the exhaust. And of course, they're going on. Boom. Big cloud of smoke and everything come out. No effect.
It moves out of the immediate little industrial area, and the next building that it hits is Mountain Parks Electric.
At the time of my tenure on the board, I worked at Mountain Parks Electric. So I don't know if there was some interplay there.
He spent several minutes
that a
just
beard or
going
a scar?
in, doing the damage.
I think it's
backing
a
out,
beard.
Going in, backing out. The entire time of which I'm sitting up there watching this going on, knowing all along that he was on his way to the Granby Town Hall. That was the next place he went. And that the town hall was upstairs, but our public library was downstairs in the same building. And there were kids and other people inside the library.
Midday, I had my lunch break. I did start hearing what I thought, it sounded like gunfire. And then I started seeing police cars like flying by at high rates of speed. I started hearing sirens. I was hearing more gunfire. And at that point, I decided to go back to the library.
We issued a directive to have a reverse 911.
How much more do you guys want to watch of this? Are we invested? I could watch this thing again. I think it's pretty good. But
I feel like now it's telling me facts that you just told me.
yeah, that's why I stopped it, because I was like, we're getting to we just did this 3 seconds ago. So guys, check it out. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. We can go back.
It's on YouTube. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see. For free?
For free.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch that later.
I know.
Not like later tonight.
I took us the wrong
later
thing.
Someday.
There we
later
go.
in the future.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, feel free to call in with any more of your Killdozer questions. Or if you were going to modify a vehicle for some sort of home demolition process. Say you needed to destroy a house with a vehicle, but it wasn't a dozer. What would you use? And how would you modify it? That's probably not a good question.
Wienermobile giant drill.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good answer. Solid answer. Maybe the best answer.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But you'd have to modify it with a giant drill and also some bright green relish.
That's right.
And,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You have to dress it. You have to dress it.
No ketchup. No. But yeah, guys. I am suspecting that we did it.
Oh, and you put a pickle spear on it, right? That's a Chicago thing.
Yeah,
said that last time.
Yeah.
So it could be
a literal spear.
A dildozer. Oh wait, no. That turned into a different joke.
The dildozer.
The dildozer.
Oh, we got a call.
I meant that to be someone. That could be anybody.
This could be anyone. I don't know if I can answer. Should I? Okay.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Oi, oi, it's Cream again. Have you guys ever played Saints Row? Do you remember the video game Saints Row?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
they made like 6 of them.
Oh yeah, so many.
Yeah. Do you remember a mission in that game where you were a septic tank truck or whatever? You worked for like a septic company.
Yeah,
and you would spray poo-poo all over.
Yeah.
That's what this guy should have done.
That's what he should have done.
It's true.
He had enough shit.
You don't have to. Yeah, right? You don't have to take lives. No 50 cal.
Right.
It's poop. It's diarrhea mixed up neighborhood poop all over the houses. That's good.
So smart.
Right?
So smart.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And he had the concrete mixer full of poop. He could have dug it out.
Which clearly he's clever enough to load that up into a.
Yeah. Then it would be
giant super soaker.
What would we call the dozer then? The poo dozer?
Well, it wouldn't be a dozer anymore.
Well, I'm just saying
it'd be a shit shooter.
The shit shooter. There you go.
It's got to have a lasting impact. You don't want to be like a dozer poser. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah, nobody wants to be caught in a poser dozer.
And then
Rat Blaster.
You guys asked like what vehicle would we use? You know?
Yeah.
I think I'd go Segway and a Needler from Halo 2.
You're such a dork.
So you would modify a Segway
Halo
with a fictional
what
weapon.
Segway dual wield Needler. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, great.
Wow.
That's like a really lame version of Iron Man.
Yeah. That's great.
I mean, listen. I think it would say, well, you know what? If you want to spend the time to dismantle a house with a Needler, be my guest, I guess. More power to you.
Don't they all explode, right? You shoot a bunch of needles in and then they all explode.
Yeah, if you shoot enough of them.
Yeah, they pop. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That'll take a house down.
Puncture. Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Aim for the right
I'd love
spots.
to see that on the news. That would be pretty awesome.
I mean,
right?
I guess, yeah. All right.
That's all. That's all I got.
Dope, man. Well, thank you for calling in.
Of course. Have a great show, guys.
Immediate hang up. The smash hang up by. All right. Well, the question is, will he be able to call in again before we decide to end the show? Have we decided to end the show? We should vote to end the show every show, right? Who votes to end the show?
Like the three of us vote?
Yeah. Yeah, not Chad. Who cares about them? Overruled. Patrick never. All right, guys. Well, we did the show. I appreciate you guys coming in here. We'll
Mostly
go to
me
this.
and Patrick. Good work, me and Patrick.
Yeah, good work, you guys. You guys really put the time in.
Good work, us.
Really, guys, if you enjoy the show, one way you can support the show is by following DOTV on YouTube. We're posting clips of Weekly Weird more often now. Working hard on getting the content out. I'm also on Instagram, DOTV. DOTV, YouTube, and Instagram is shifting more focus towards Weekly Weird stuff. So please join us there for more clips. And then, you can always follow at The Real Old Man Strong on YouTube. That guy right there for video game related hijinks.
DOTV related stuff there too.
And you can follow Jim home from the Killdozer laboratory he's built.
Come hang out. Help me weld.
Oh, beans.
Too slow.
It's going to happen again.
Call from
Papa TV.
It's happening again.
To accept, press 1.
Get ready,
to send a
Patrick.
voicemail, press 2.
He's coming
it
for you,
only
bud.
gets funnier. Comedy comes in 3.
Yeah, you're on the air.
That's true.
Get ready.
I thought it came in B's.
Patrick.
Oh, God.
There it is.
Patrick.
Chicago.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hear me.
He's
coming for you.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? Yeah, I guess he's coming for you. But he's getting called. You're getting called out, Patrick. I don't know what's gonna happen if he shows up in a Killdozer. Let me just tell you, he's not a great welder, so you might be okay.
You're saying there might be some weak spots?
Yeah. He's not a great welder. Not a great driver either. You should be okay. You should be fine. And you can always outrun it. Guys,
That's true.
What are we doing next week, Patrick?
Some stuff. It'll probably be weird.
Yeah, we'll probably do some weird stuff. What do we? Wait, hold up.
I don't know.
Do we?
Oh, are we doing a tier list?
We are doing a tier list, Patrick. What Patrick? I almost said what Patrick are
best
we?
dozer to kill with?
Yeah,
best machinery to weld panels onto.
Best town buildings to destroy with your Killdozer.
Worst cement company owners who've trapped me in a financial situation that I never wanted to be in.
Worst phone bits for our show.
Listen, all of the phone bits are the best. We love all of our phone bits, and we love all of our phone bits except for Patrick. Patrick does not love the. Just kidding. Stop.
Nobody call us.
No one calls us. We don't want calls.
No phone calls.
No more phone calls.
Don't call this phone call.
Don't call that number.
Don't say words to us.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
I was gonna say you're the one who
Netflix.
came. Yeah.
Yeah. This is most Netflix and not chill movies.
Yes.
So
we will be ranking.
Everyone in chat, yeah, please put your suggestions in Weekly Weird for the most not chill movies.
Yeah. We want
to
movies
watch on a romantic night.
Yeah, exactly. I have one. I'll tell. I'll tell. I once went on a date to the movie The Lobster.
Ooh.
Turns out not a good movie to go on a date to.
Well, it's about
if you've
finding
seen The
eternal
Lobster.
love.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's all about It's all about finding love,
No,
meeting
it's
the
about-
person that you love.
It is about finding love
the
and
rest of
being-
your life. With them.
Exactly. Not a good first date movie. Not a good first date movie. No.
Also, it has one really good joke in it.
And it is.
You know, when people watch it, hit me up. Let me know. You'll see it.
I remember Brandon took someone on a first date to the movies, and they saw the movie Teeth.
That's funny. That's
also
funny.
good. The Antichrist is a good answer. Requiem for a Dream is a good answer. But we see these are good answers.
Antichrist is Antichrist Chaos Reigns? Is it the
Antichrist is the? Oh, is it that movie?
I don't
Maybe?
remember.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
Oof.
The other sister. These are good answers. We'll put them on the list, and we'll tier them. We'll decide which is top, which is bottom, which is which is the top.
I kind of fear that we're gonna have too many options on this one.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll just go through them real fast.
Are we gonna do S tier worst, F tier best, or F tier worst, S tier
What does
best?
worst mean in this scenario?
Yeah, that's what I'm
S tier
saying.
would be the most not chill.
Yeah, the unchillest.
The most not
the
chill.
unchillest, yeah.
And when you're saying chill, are we thinking like this movie's pretty chill, or are we thinking like Netflix and chill means like do dirty sex things?
Yeah, that's what
These are
Netflix and
movies.
chill.
Yeah, dirty sex
So
things,
it's movies that would be hard to have sex to, specifically.
Yes. Just
Okay,
to make this easier, movies that would be hard to have sex to. Exactly.
Great.
Mother, yeah. Oh God.
Darren Aronofsky's mother.
Darren Aronofsky
is a lovely woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Darren Aronofsky.
Martha Aronofsky is a saint. Yeah. So then F would be. Wait, I'm so confused. You'll explain it to me later, Patrick. Anyway, we'll do
F would be
tier
chill.
list.
F would be a
Dio,
good
what
movie
movie
for
got
sex.
you hot? Just name a movie that would successfully get you in the mood.
Yeah.
Strip.
I genuinely don't know
tease.
the answer to this. You think that's a good movie to play while you're having sex with somebody?
Wait, no. What movie would get me hot? That's a different question. What movie to play while I'm having sex with somebody is
Well,
like
isn't that the idea?
most. No, I know. That's why I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to understand. Okay, I'm trying to help the people.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
See, there you go. That's a movie I can ignore.
Wallpaper.
yeah. But also tune in every so often while balls deep and be like radical, dude. Like,
Yeah, every time you look over at it, you're like, oh shit, ninjas now.
yeah, exactly. Titanic. Yeah.
Titanic, yes.
Yeah,
Maybe we didn't think this through all the way, but we'll figure it out. In
No, it's
seconds.
good.
Oh, no.
I'm sure.
You
We're
misunderstand.
hashing it out right now.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be a tier list. And also, don't worry. I'm just trying to help the people understand. That's
Yeah.
I'm
we
coming
need them
from the
to
mind of like you're trying to set a
me,
mood
also
with your
me.
partner
Yeah.
here or your prospective chiller.
Yeah, we're ranking movies by how well they are for the bone zoning. Got it.
Right.
Exactly.
So come back for that tomorrow, and we're gonna be doing this.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. Tomorrow, not next.
Not
week.
tomorrow.
I'm tired. It's already tomorrow.
They can come back tomorrow. There's just nothing's gonna be happening. You know.
That's true. It is Wednesday. Nothing is gonna happen. Nothing happens tomorrow. But on Thursday, we'll be back with more games. I don't know what we're gonna play yet. What should we play, guys? What games should we play? Should I spin the wheel of horror?
On Thursday?
Yeah.
Nuclear Nightmare got a big update.
Well, there you go. That answers that.
Yeah.
And then Friday, I'll probably do something on the solo. Probably continue the increasingly upsetting adventures of Carl.
Yes.
Of Tamriel, i.e. playing some Oblivion. And then, yeah, that'll take us to the end of the week, and we'll be back on Sunday for more stuff. So it's a big time. We got all the things you want at DOTV. That's right, all of the things. And there we go. We've done the show. Jim, you look like you were reading something very.
Yeah, I'm reading the names of people who are streaming right now that we could potentially.
He's doing the Lord's work.
Your boy Lino's on.
Okay.
The only other option that I'm seeing is, do you know I Just Love Puzzles? It's like
Is
a
it
lovely
somebody-
grandmother who does puzzles. She's great.
Oh my god, that is exactly where we're going. Hold on. I just love puzzles. I want to make friends with Twitch Grandma. Is it just
She's
is it
doing
all
a
one
Pride
word?
cele-
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all one word. I Just Love Puzzles. She's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
She just does puzzles, dude.
Get in the raid, guys. We're gonna watch some ding dang puzzles. She's doing a rainbow swirl, which looks fucking difficult as hell.
Yeah,
how do we end this show?
Oh man, I
Don't kill Doze. What? Go ahead.
Don't kill Doze.
And you know what else?
It's fucking bedtime!
Who said that?
Who said that?
Some guy.
Whoa.
Some guy who knows it's fucking bedtime.
You're right. All right. Go to bed, guys. Bye.
Tune in next time for more